Hey, what's up? This is Jason with Monkey Goose Magazine. I recently had a chance to sit down and chat with the guys from the band New Chums from right here in Phoenix. Check it out. We are here with New Chums. Thank you for spending a couple minutes talking to me. And if we could get started just with a quick intro of who everyone is and maybe what you do in the band, that would be great.
Sure. Hi, I'm Ben. I play drums.
I'm Seth. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Greg. I play bass.
I'm Chad. I play guitar.
Awesome, thank you. I'm kind of wondering what everyone's musical background is, how you got into this.
Go Buttons.
School band guy, right?
Yeah, I started playing drums in 5th grade, so I was in concert band and jazz band and marching band and all that cool stuff that you do in school. But I've been playing in rock bands since I was a teenager, so that's me.
I started playing guitar around 17, and since then I've just played in bands in California, Salt Lake City, Austin, Texas, now Phoenix, so I'm all over.
Yeah, I started playing when I was 16, started playing guitar, and I always just wanted to write music and play music, original stuff at the beginning, and over the course of these years I played, in Philadelphia where I'm from. I played all across the South and now here in the Southwest, so yeah.
I tried to start playing guitar when I was about 8 years old, but I couldn't quite hit all 6 strings, so I started playing bass. I played bass up until around 2003, 2004, and then I switched back over to guitar, and so I've finally been playing guitar for about the last 10 years, and played in a few bands around Minneapolis, and moved down here and met these guys a few years later.
Both as a band and maybe personally, who are some of the biggest influences?
I grew up, I guess musically right now, the influences would be kind of geared towards stuff like the current bands, things like Circle Waves, Catfish and the Bottlemen, but like, I remember like in the late 90s, there was just not a lot of music that I was loving, and then Strokes and Interpol and Hot Hot Heat, bands like that came onto the scene, and I was just like in love. So I would say that's kind of where the roots of the music is from, and then it just expands to all these guys' different tastes and likings, and we put it together that way.
Yeah, I'd say I like a lot of, some of my favorite groups are like Guided by Voices, a big Robert Pollard fan, and like Built to Spill. And then I like a lot of old stuff, like Warrior Orbison, Buddy Holly, can't go wrong there. And then up to the newer kind of indie style stuff like Killers and Strokes and things like that, and kind of put it all in a bucket, mix it up and see what you get.
Yeah.
Is there any particular meaning behind the name New Chums?
So I got the name when I was in Australia. I was down there vacationing, and I was in one of their history museums. And as you know, Australia was originally an island for prisoners from England. And there was just a plaque talking about when new prisoners would come off the ships, the current prisoners would say, "The New Chums are coming." And I just thought it was a cool idea, just like these new mates are coming in, and so I thought it was a great band name. So that's where it originates, Sydney, Australia, in a history museum. Pretty nerdy.
How does the songwriting typically work, the process work for you guys?
Yeah, so I usually come to a practice with like a song that I have completed, guitars and vocals, and then we just start playing, and Ben puts down drums, Greg puts down bass, Chad puts down a guitar part, and then we just kind of sift through and complete it that way. So I'll usually come with the structure, and then we'll sometimes completely blow it up, and sometimes we'll just kind of fine tune it. So we're in the process of blowing up a couple right now.
You guys have only been playing together for about a year or so, is that right?
Yeah, a little bit. Chad's been with us for 3 months now?
I think it came in about 3 months, maybe coming up on 4 months now.
Yeah, so as this group right here, 4 months, but me, Ben, and Greg, about a year.
How'd you guys get together?
The old-fashioned way, how lovers meet, Craigslist.
Yeah. He was
So-
stalking me on Craigslist, and I think he stalked that guy on Craigslist, and it just all worked out, you know? A little love affair occurred.
So nobody's from Phoenix. This
Yeah.
man from the band is from Phoenix.
No.
Ben's from New England. Greg's from Philly.
Yeah.
Chad's from Minnesota, and I'm from California. So when I came down here, I really wanted to get a band going and didn't know anybody. So I just turned to Craigslist and
Yeah,
started
and-
putting out.
And same thing, I moved here a couple years ago, and you know, I was in bands before I moved here. I wanted to get involved with something again, so you start looking on Craigslist and hope you find that kind of like needle in a haystack scenario that's going to work out for you. And I imagine that's what Ben was doing as well, and Chad, you know, trying to look for the right parts to have a cohesive kind of pieces of the puzzle scenario come
Yeah.
together.
So you've got one EP of 5 songs out. Do you have a lot of other new material that you're playing out? Do you have a lot of like covers and do you typically do the same set every night, or do you switch it up night by night?
Typically, so yeah, we have the one EP that we released last year, and then we've got a total of about 12, 13 songs that we could play. On average, we'll play anywhere from 9 to 10, and they're all originals. I don't think we've done a cover yet, have we?
We did it, yeah.
We
did the one
Depeche
Depeche
Mode
Mode.
at a birthday
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
We did the Depeche Mode song.
Yeah, so
that's
yeah,
fun.
we typically don't do any covers. Tonight we're actually doing a brand new song that we've never played, so we'll see how that one goes. So yeah, it's all filled with original material. And the set varies a little bit depending on how, you know, if we've got 30 minutes or 50. So we kind of just mix it up that way.
What have been some of the biggest hurdles in getting started and getting where you're at now?
I think that he pointed out earlier that we're all from different areas. You know, I'm originally from Boston, which is a great scene. You know, Minneapolis, great scene. Philadelphia, great scene.
Yep.
Austin or Texas. Austin or the places in California where you played, all great scenes. But now we all live here, and all of our friends and other bands that we played with are still in those states. So I think that's been our biggest challenge.
Yeah, totally. Because we could go to Boston and play a great show,
Yeah.
probably, you know, a packed show, and, you know, just because Ben knows everybody in Boston. Same with California for me, or, you know, for these guys. We could go kind of where we're from and play a show that's filled with people that know who we are. But here, you know, we're the new kids on the block. No pun intended about Boston. Aren't they from Boston?
Mainly
so
good
no one-
music mainly good music comes out of Boston.
Yeah. So no one really knows who we are. So I think the biggest hurdle is just kind of trying to get in that sense of community and trying to meet people, meet other bands that are playing, get on shows with other bands that are local bands that are playing, and just try to meet everyone that's doing something musically.
We've actually been lucky. I mean, we've met some great people, you know, people over at the Phoenix New Times, you know, we've gotten some good shows, and Mitch Hillman is his name, I believe, and just a variety of different bands, and there's just a lot of good people here, and, you know, we're just plugging away and hoping to get some love, you know, back, you know.
As a band, what are some of your goals? What level do you want to get to?
I mean, the biggest level you can get at, you know. I mean, we're here just to enjoy what we do, but I don't think any of us are going to say, oh no, we don't want to go and play, you know, a major festival or open up for the biggest act we can. You know, I think we're all ready to do that. Whatever comes our way, really.
So you're saying like world domination?
If possible.
Yeah.
I mean, if
World
somebody
domination.
gives you the keys to the world domination machine, you take it.
Wow,
You know?
that's a lot of power.
Yeah. Big keys.
Yeah, so yeah, kind of like what Greg was saying, just, you know, I think you know, when I posted the ad originally, it was just to make something solid music. We want to make something that people can actually like and you know, kind of have claim to, so to speak, as their own music, and I'd love to see that grow and build as big as it could be, you know, start the machine.
Very cool. So in the past year of playing a lot of shows around here, any particular like interesting stories from a show or any favorite shows you played?
I just remember we were playing somewhere, I can't remember where, I look out into the crowd and there's like, literally like an 80-year-old lady in a tutu dress dancing her butt off to our music, and you know, that made me laugh. I thought that was pretty funny. and we played another place, no, not gonna name any names, that had a lot of music, but the minute we hit the first chord, they were like, too loud! That was funny. But little things that happen along the way, you know. Ben playing a show with like a broken foot or wrist or something, pretty much, and you know, nobody else knew. We thought he played great, but he's, you know, all over himself, you know. Oh, I missed a hi-hat, you know. It's just funny little things that just happen along the way, you know.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy though.
Not yet.
If somebody's watching this that's never heard of you, is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Looking at me?
You told me I was only allowed to talk for about 30 seconds, and I went well over
You
that.
totally went over that.
So,
If there was somebody watching that, you know, I couldn't do anything injustice by talking, but you know, just listen to the music and, you know, give it a listen, see what you think. You mentioned that you like to just search and find new bands. I do the same thing. I do exactly what you do. Hear a new band or see a new band's name, and I search it, and I go listen to the music, because I think, you know, everyone's in this to be creative, and I think that's the fun of it, and make a connection with somebody. So I just, you know, invite everyone to go listen to the music and see what they think.
yeah, and if you like it, tell somebody else about it, and tell them to tell somebody
And buy
else
a record.
about it, and buy a record, or download something, you know. Tell people about it, because that's the way music travels nowadays, is word of mouth. So.
All right, so the album EP is Tuolumne. Did I say it right? Well
You
done.
did.
All right.
You did.
And is it available physical form also, or is it
Yep.
just online?
Yep. We've got CDs, you know, all the major retailers, iTunes, Amazon, you can do a Spotify, all that kind of stuff.
Locally, Zia Records.
Yep, local AZ record stores.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, thanks.
And,
Thank you.
Have a great show tonight.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
appreciate it.